God says, I need your 2 minutes only. 3 angels are talking about your body because something serious is happening. It's very shocking, and you must not skip this. Open this immediately by 11:57 p.m. before it's too late. When God speaks, it is never without reason, and when His voice echoes with urgency, we must listen not with fear, but with faith. The heart of the Lord beats with a love so deep, so pure, that when He calls, even the heavens tremble in reverence. There are moments when He steps closer, when the veil between the eternal and the earthly feels thin, and this is one of those moments. Something within your soul may already sense the weight of this moment. It could be a heaviness you've tried to ignore, or a quiet nudge you've felt in your chest that you've brushed away. But God is reaching for you now. He isn't asking for everything, just a moment, just your heart, just a breath of surrender. Type Amen if you believe. There are angels near you, not distant or floating above clouds, but standing right beside you, with hands over your life and their eyes on your body. They are not afraid, but they are concerned. Heaven sees what you do not. Your spirit may feel tired. Your strength may feel like it's slipping through your fingers. But you are not forgotten. You are seen, loved, and held by the one who knit you together before you ever took your first breath. The whispers you've heard inside, the fears, the worries about your health, the moments your body felt unfamiliar, God knows. He has not turned away. In the unseen places, battles rage that you never see. Angels fight on your behalf, not because you are weak, but because you are precious. The weight in your chest, the ache in your bones, the tiredness that clings to you even after sleep, none of it is hidden from your Father. He is not sending this message to frighten you, but to comfort you. Because healing is not always loud. Sometimes, it begins in the stillness. Sometimes, it begins when you simply say, Yes, Lord, I trust you. There are 3 angels standing guard over you right now. They are not ordinary messengers. They were sent with purpose. One watches over your body, one protects your soul, and one speaks words of life into your spirit. They are not watching idly, they are speaking about you. They are whispering your name before the throne of God, because there is something sacred about your life. You may not feel strong today. You may not even feel worthy. But in God's eyes, your life is a masterpiece still being painted with purpose and grace. God is not finished with you. Whatever pain has visited your body, whatever report you've received, whatever fear has crept into your mind, He is greater. He is healing. And He is holy in every moment of your suffering. You have not been abandoned to fight this alone. The pain may be real, but so is His promise. And it is not too late. Type 1111 if you trust in God. God's love is not delayed. His miracles are never late. He moves with a perfect timing that the world cannot understand. You may think you've missed your chance, that the hour has passed, but it hasn't. You're here, reading this, because heaven knows your name. There is still time. There is still grace. There is still healing that will rise like morning light in your bones. He has seen every night you cried in silence, every prayer you whispered when no one was watching. He has heard every tear you couldn't explain and every word you held back because you thought no one would understand. But God understood. He always has. And now, He's asking you to believe, not just with your mind, but with your whole heart. Because when your heart believes, your body begins to feel hope again. When your spirit lifts, your healing begins, and your life opens to receive the fullness of what God has always wanted to give you. You were not made to carry this alone. The burden is too heavy, and your shoulders were never meant to hold it. Lay it down now. Let the arms of your Savior catch every part of you that is breaking. Let Him speak peace into the parts of your body that feel like they're giving out. He is not distant. He is not angry. He is close. And He is holding your healing. If you're afraid, it's okay. If you don't understand everything, that's okay too. What matters is that you believe that God can do what no doctor, no medicine, and no earthly power can do. He has done it before, and He can do it again. In your body, in your heart, in your life, He is moving. Quietly, powerfully, lovingly. The clock may be ticking. But not toward fear. Toward freedom. Don't walk away from this moment. Heaven has leaned in. The angels have taken their place. And God is reaching out His hand, not to scold, but to save. Not to punish, but to pour out healing. If you feel that gentle stirring in your chest right now, that is not emotion. That is the Holy Spirit. That is God reminding you that He has not let go. Not for a second. Some things in life feel like they come out of nowhere, sudden weight you didn't expect, silent battles in your body you can't explain, or just that persistent feeling that something isn't right. But nothing surprises God. He saw this moment coming long before you ever felt it. He knew what was happening beneath the surface. He knew the worry it would bring. And still, He speaks now not with panic but with peace. He says to you gently, I am here, and I am not going anywhere. Type 222 to walk in healing. A powerful 7-second morning ritual, once hidden in CIA files, is resurfacing, and people are already seeing fast financial breakthroughs. It takes only seconds, yet activates a dormant wealth center in the brain most people never access. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. Your body is precious to the Lord. Not because of how strong it is, or how perfect it looks, but because He created it, breathed life into it, and called it His dwelling place. You are not a stranger to Him. You are not broken beyond His reach. You are loved so deeply, beyond all measure. And even when something feels wrong in your body, God is already working. He sends His angels not to observe from a distance, but to minister healing, to stand watch, to fight for you when you cannot fight for yourself. Sometimes, our greatest healings happen not on a hospital bed or in the hands of a physician, but in moments of quiet surrender. That's where God meets us, with hands full of mercy and a heart that longs to make us whole. Maybe you've been afraid to face what's happening. Maybe it's been easier to bury your fear and pretend things are fine. But God doesn't want you to carry silent fear. He wants to carry you. There's a reason why 3 angels are watching over your body. They are not confused. They are not panicked. They are assigned by God to stand over your physical frame with a heavenly awareness of the battle taking place. One holds divine insight into what is hidden from human eyes. One carries healing in their wings. The third speaks comfort into the anxious corners of your soul. You don't need to beg for help, help is already here. But God needs your heart to be open to receive it. Healing doesn't always come in a flash of light. Sometimes, it begins with a whisper. A word. A moment like this one. Right now, you may feel tired in ways you can't even explain. Your body might be giving signals that feel unfamiliar or strange. But do not mistake this moment as the end. It is the turning point. The beginning of what God is about to restore, renew, and resurrect in your body and in your life. You don't have to understand it all to receive it. You just have to trust. And even if your trust feels small, even if your hope feels shaky, God still accepts it. Because He is not asking for perfection. He's just asking for your heart. When you say, God, I don't know how, but I believe you can, that small flame of faith ignites a heavenly response greater than anything you could imagine. And it starts to change everything. Type 1919 to receive miracles. Sometimes, healing begins with truth. And the truth is, your body is not forgotten. Even if you feel like you've been suffering quietly, God has not turned His face away. He hears the cries you never voiced. He sees the pain you tried to hide. You have not been invisible to Him, even when the world passed you by. Right now, the Lord is doing something new. It may not be loud. It may not be visible to others yet. But something is stirring. Healing is moving closer. You may have been given words from people that hurt more than they helped. You may have heard, "It's nothing," or worse, "It's too late." But God never speaks like that. When He speaks life. He speaks hope into dead places. He calls dry bones to stand again. He calls the sick to rise, not in fear, but in victory. And He is speaking over you now. Let His voice be louder than your fear. Let His promise anchor you when the road feels unsure. His presence is stronger than the worry. His power is greater than the diagnosis. You may not even know what is happening in your body right now, but God does. And He is already holding the answer. Let this be a moment where you stop running and start resting in Him. Let this be a moment where you finally lay the fear down. Let this be the moment where you stop wondering if you matter and realize that you always have. God does not speak unless He has something to say, and right now, He is saying, "You are not alone. I have sent angels to protect you. I have already gone before you. I am healing you." There's a softness in His love that wraps around every part of you. Even the hurting places. Even the places you've ignored. He doesn't overlook your pain. He walks straight into it and brings peace. You do not have to chase miracles. You only need to stay close to the one who gives them. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are deeply loved by the one who calls your body His temple and your soul His treasure. When God sends angels to speak about you, especially your health, it means heaven is paying close attention. Not a single moment of your suffering goes unnoticed by the Father. You may be walking through something right now that no one else sees. Maybe you're carrying hidden pain, or your strength feels thinner with each day that passes. But you need to know this: God is moving right now to bring healing to you in the most unexpected way. Type 555 to claim peace over your body. When the angels of the Lord gather and speak of a child of God, it is never casual. It is sacred. They speak in the light of heaven's truth, with the authority of the one who made you. The one who knows how every cell in your body fits together, who knows where healing needs to flow. You might feel weary from praying for the same thing again and again, but your prayers have not been wasted. They've been heard, stored, answered in the perfect time. A simple but powerful 7-second at-home ritual, it's hidden in CIA files for years, is now changing lives rapidly. Backed by neuroscience research, it can begin shifting your financial direction in just days. Click the link in the description and comments now and step into abundance today. And the time is close. The angels are not simply discussing your condition, they are preparing a pathway for your recovery. They are speaking life into places that have only known pain. They are touching what doctors cannot reach. They are guiding you through this valley with hands lifted in your defense, and they will not rest until the healing assigned to you reaches your body in full. You may not see it yet, but something has already shifted. In the spiritual realm, healing has begun. You are not a statistic. You are not just a case. You are not defined by the diagnosis you've received or the symptoms that seem to linger. You are God's creation, formed in holiness, wrapped in divine intention, and made for more than suffering. Though sickness may have knocked on your door, God is the one who answers. He doesn't allow the enemy to write your story. Only He holds the pen. And what He writes is redemption. Type yes to affirm His love over your life. Maybe you've had moments where you questioned if you'd ever feel whole again. Perhaps the pain, the fatigue, or the fear has made you forget what it feels like to walk in confidence and strength. But the Lord hasn't forgotten. He remembers every moment you were full of light, every breath that came with ease, and He intends to bring that back. Not just restore you to who you were, but to make you even stronger, even more rooted in Him. Healing, in God's eyes, is not only physical. It is the mending of what has been broken in the heart, the soul, the mind. That worry that keeps you up at night, the heaviness that won't lift no matter how much rest you get, He sees it all. And He's not just sending relief, He's sending restoration. The kind that runs deep and leaves you changed forever. God doesn't speak warnings to scare you, but to prepare you. He doesn't whisper urgency without also releasing grace. If this moment feels intense, if your heart is beating a little faster, that is not fear, that is the Spirit moving. You are standing on sacred ground, right in the middle of a divine intervention. Heaven is near. Not just watching, but working. And the one who reigns over all is calling you to trust Him with everything, your fears, your symptoms, your future. Let go of the timeline you've set in your mind. Let go of the expectations that others have placed on your recovery. God's timing is perfect, and His healing knows no limits. He is not restricted by age, by diagnosis, by the opinions of man. When he says, "Be healed," nothing in heaven or on earth can stand in the way. He is saying those words now over you. Be healed in your heart. Be healed in your thoughts. Be healed in your body. Be healed in your purpose. The angels are not silent. They are declaring healing, life, and strength over you, louder than the voice of fear, louder than the lies of the enemy. Their wings carry the fragrance of heaven, and where they go, sickness must retreat. You are covered in prayer, wrapped in mercy, and carried by grace. The Lord is closer than ever, and His hand is steady over your life. Your story doesn't end with pain. It continues with promise. And that promise is rising in your body right now. Like sunlight breaking through the dark, like spring coming after the longest winter, healing is coming to you. Slowly, gently, but surely. Do not give up. Do not let go of hope. What you feel in your spirit right now is real. God is not done. The best is not behind you, it's unfolding before you. So even if your body is tired, let your soul rise. Even if your steps feel slow, let your heart keep moving forward in faith. The God who raised the dead, who opened blind eyes, who healed the bleeding woman and touched the leper, is the same God watching over you. He hasn't changed. He still heals. He still restores. He still chooses to love you through every broken piece. It might come as a soft weight on your chest, or a restless ache that doesn't go away, or simply an exhaustion that goes beyond sleep. You try to push through it, tell yourself it's nothing, but a part of you knows that it's something. It's real. And it matters. Right now, 3 angels are watching over that exact place within you, the part of your body that feels weak, the place where healing is most needed. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. These angels are not strangers. They are not distant. They have been assigned to you, walking beside you since the beginning of this trial. One holds the knowledge of what is happening inside your body, details no human eye can see, no machine can detect. The second carries the power of heaven's healing, a gentle strength ready to be released. The third whispers the truth of who you are when you feel like falling apart. Together, they surround you, not with noise or pressure, but with quiet assurance that you are not alone in this. It may feel like you've been walking through this valley for a long time. You've kept going when it hurt. You've smiled when your heart was heavy. You've prayed in the quiet, asking God if He hears you. And He does. He hears everything. He has not been silent. He has been watching, waiting, and preparing this very moment. Not to scare you, but to reach you. To tell you that He's closer than you've realized and that your healing is nearer than you think. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brain wave today. When God speaks, His words don't return empty. They plant seeds that grow, even in barren places. His word has gone forth over your life, and healing is already in motion. You might not feel it all at once. It may come in layers, gently, slowly, in moments where you least expect it. But it's coming. The fatigue that drags your body down is already being lifted. The hidden fears about what might be wrong are being replaced with calm. Because your God is not a God of fear. He is the God of peace, and He walks into your pain with mercy in His hands. There's something sacred about what's happening to you right now. Don't rush it. Don't doubt it. Just breathe. Let God do what only He can do. Even when your body doesn't feel right, your spirit can be strong. Even when your mind wrestles with uncertainty, your heart can be anchored in His presence. You do not need to have the answers. You only need to hold on to Him. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. He knows how much this has worn you down. He knows the late nights you spent worrying. He knows the silent questions you never said out loud. You don't have to pretend to be okay with Him. He sees through it all, and He loves you just the same. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. His healing doesn't wait for perfection. It rushes in when you simply say, God, I need you. And right now, He is moving. Not just in your heart, but through your veins, your bones, your breath. He is touching the places that feel empty. He is restoring what has been weakened. Whether the problem is something physical, emotional, or unseen, He knows how to bring healing in every form. There is no illness too strong, no condition too far gone, no diagnosis too final for the one who created your body to begin with. He knows what you need. These angels were not sent by accident. They've come because this moment matters. There is something happening in your life that heaven refuses to ignore. Your name is being spoken with purpose. Your healing has been written into the pages of your story long before the symptoms ever began. Nothing about this moment is coincidence. God has been preparing the way. Maybe you feel fragile. Maybe you feel like one more bad day will break you. But it won't. Because God has placed a strength in you that cannot be shaken. That strength is not your own, it's His. And He gives it freely. When you feel too weak to stand, His grace will hold you up. When the worry tries to overtake your mind, His peace will pour over you like rain. And when the battle feels too long, He will carry you through it. Don't be afraid of what you feel right now. Let the tears fall if they need to. Let the emotions rise. Let yourself be honest. And then let God take all of it into His hands. You don't have to understand why this is happening. You just have to believe that He's still good, still faithful, and still in control. Even when your world feels uncertain, His love never wavers. He doesn't love you less because you're sick. He doesn't withdraw from you when you struggle. In fact, He leans in closer. He wraps Himself around you like a blanket in the cold, like a whisper in the silence. He is here. Right now. And He will not leave you, not now, not ever. If you're tired, lean on Him. If you're scared, speak to Him. If you don't know what to say, just say His name. That's all it takes. Jesus. Every time you speak His name, light breaks through the darkness. Hope rises in your spirit. Healing begins again. There is something sacred about the way God watches over the human body. It isn't just flesh and bone to Him. It is the very place He chose to breathe life into. When He looks at you, He doesn't just see the outside, He sees the pain no one else knows, the quiet struggles, the discomfort you've learned to live with, and the fear that sometimes creeps in when the world goes quiet. And yet, through all of that, His eyes remain soft. He's not here to judge what you're feeling. He's here to carry you through it. Type 2323 if you agree. Right now, there are angels still standing by you, still speaking about you, still surrounding your body. And they are not worried, because they know the power of the one who sent them. These three heavenly messengers don't just speak words, they carry instructions straight from the throne of God. One of them is watching over your physical healing, gently touching what has been hurting or growing weak. Another is bringing calm to your emotions, reminding your soul that everything will be okay. The third angel is delivering strength into your spirit, so that you can hold on even when everything else feels heavy. These aren't just pretty ideas or poetic images. This is real. This is the deep, holy work of God unfolding in your life. Maybe the pain you've been experiencing feels ordinary, just another part of life you thought you had to accept. Maybe you've tried to tell yourself it's nothing, just stress, just aging, just the cost of getting through hard days. But heaven sees deeper. Heaven sees that this is not just a passing ache. It's a cry for restoration. And God is answering. He does not wait until the last minute. He arrives right on time. Maybe that's why you're reading this now. Maybe this is your sign, your holy interruption. The Father is calling you close, not to scare you, but to prepare you for the healing that is already on the way. His love never shows up empty-handed. When He steps into your life, He brings healing with Him. Sometimes it shows up in miracles, sometimes in doctors, sometimes in rest, sometimes in peace so strong it steadies your breath. And right now, He is offering all of it. All for you. Type 2020 to claim miracles. A 7-second at-home ritual, scientifically proven by neuroscience labs and hidden for decades in CIA files, is now public, and people are seeing money flow into their lives. Scientists say it activates a brain pathway linked to abundance. Click the link in the comments below before this knowledge disappears again. Don't let fear speak louder than faith. Don't let the question stop the healing that's beginning even now. The Lord is not asking you to understand everything. He's just asking you to let Him in. If your body has been hurting, He knows. If your strength has been slipping, He sees. If you've been silently afraid that something is deeply wrong, He hears that too. Nothing in you is hidden from Him. And there is nothing He cannot restore. Your body is not a battlefield for defeat, it is a canvas for God's glory. What you're going through isn't meaningless. It is not punishment. It is not neglect. It is a moment that heaven has already stepped into. You may not feel like a miracle is happening. But faith does not depend on feelings. Faith is what holds us when everything else shakes. And right now, faith is rising inside of you, even if it feels small, even if your voice is trembling. That little spark is more than enough. Let it grow. Let it burn away the fear. Let it guide you back to the one who still calls you his beloved. You haven't failed just because you're struggling. You haven't fallen behind just because your body feels weak. God is not disappointed in you. He's not asking you to pretend you're okay. He's asking you to be still in His presence, to open your heart and let His love pour into you like a healing balm. That's where miracles begin, in surrender, not in striving. You may have carried this pain for weeks, months, or even years. But God doesn't measure time the way we do. One moment in His presence can undo what time has broken. One touch from His Spirit can make all things new. What the world says is irreversible, God calls restorable. What doctors may not fully understand, God knows completely. And He is never too late. You are not waiting alone. Heaven is actively at work. The angels have not stepped away. They're still speaking about you. They're still surrounding you with divine protection. And they are not leaving your side until the assignment is complete. Your healing is not a wish, it's a promise. And God always keeps His promises. Let this be a turning point. Not in your strength, but in your surrender. Let this be the day you say, I won't carry this alone anymore. Let this be the day you lay it at His feet, and let Him carry you. Healing doesn't always look like fireworks and sudden strength. Sometimes, it's a slow unfolding of peace, a steady lifting of weight, a quiet return of energy. But however it comes, it is coming. You are not just being healed, you are being held. You are not just surviving, you are being revived. You are not just enduring, you are being transformed. You may not realize it, but heaven has been watching over your body long before any symptoms, aches, or silent alarms started to surface in your heart. You were never left to carry any of this alone. The presence of 3 angels near you is not symbolic, it's divine evidence that God is intervening before things go further. One sees the place where discomfort lives in your body. Another has been sent with divine healing in hand. And the third stands guard to protect you from fear while you walk through this process with God by your side. Type Amen if you believe. It can be easy to grow numb to your own pain, to dismiss small signs and tell yourself you're just tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. But what may feel like something minor to you has already stirred heaven's attention. God doesn't wait until things get out of control. He moves before the storm grows. And right now, He is doing something that you may not even be able to feel yet, but that doesn't make it any less real. There's something about your life that carries more weight than you know. Your body, your breath, your days, they are sacred. You were designed with intention, with purpose, with eternal love woven into every part of you. That's why God steps in when something begins to shift out of balance. You are not just someone passing through time. You are a child of God with destiny in your bones. And when something threatens that, heaven responds. This moment isn't just a warning. It's a gift. A holy invitation to pause, listen, and receive what God has been preparing for you. He sees what doctors haven't yet found. He knows what you haven't been able to put into words. The pain that comes and goes, the sudden fatigue, the strange sense that something deeper is wrong. He knows it all. And He's not standing far off waiting to see what happens. He's already sending healing to meet it. Healing doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it whispers. Sometimes, it arrives like a soft wind, brushing against your skin before you realize what's happening. Sometimes it's in the sudden peace you feel after nights of worry. Sometimes it's in the way your body begins to rest deeper, breathe easier, move lighter. And sometimes, it begins the very moment you say, "God, I trust you with this." You are not too late. It's not too far gone. The weight on your chest, the strain in your muscles, the worry in your heart, they are being lifted, piece by piece. Healing is being unraveled like a thread of light wrapped around the dark places in your body. And the angels around you are part of that. They are carrying out instructions spoken by the Lord, who has not forgotten you even for a second. Type 1111 if you trust in God. A classified 7-second morning ritual, once buried in CIA files, is quietly transforming financial lives. In under 30 seconds, it helps shift the mind from scarcity to wealth, with many reporting surprise income and peace. Click the link in the comments below before the page is removed. Maybe you've been holding yourself together for so long that it feels impossible to let go. Maybe you've carried this burden quietly, without sharing how heavy it's been. But God doesn't need you to be strong for Him. He needs you to be open. Open to the idea that healing can come suddenly, gently, or in waves. Open to believe that your body isn't giving up, it's being restored. Even if you don't know how to pray the perfect words, just your willingness to trust Him opens the door for a miracle to walk in. You may not see what's happening on the inside, but God does. You may not understand why you feel the way you do, but God already knows the cause, and the cure. What others might call a coincidence or just life catching up with you, God calls a turning point. A sacred shift. A holy moment wrapped in mercy. And He is here for all of it. Right now, His Spirit is settling over you like warmth in a cold room. He is comforting you, holding you, assuring you that you don't need to panic. You don't need to figure everything out. You just need to lean in. Healing is not a race. It's a walk, step by step, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat, until you are whole again, inside and out. If fear rises, let faith rise louder. If doubt comes, let His voice drown it out. You were not created to live in fear of your body. You were created to carry His Spirit, to walk in strength, to live in peace. And that is still possible. God hasn't changed His mind about you. His plans for you still stand. Your healing is not just about you, it's about the lives you will touch once you are restored. It's about the testimony being written even now, in silence, in faith, in stillness. One day, you will speak of this moment and see that it wasn't just a trial, it was a doorway. A holy beginning. A quiet rescue wrapped in grace. Sometimes, your body carries things your heart hasn't even spoken out loud yet. You move through the day with a smile on your face, trying to push through the weight, but deep down you know something isn't right. And it's not just in your thoughts, it's in your chest, your breath, your bones. That quiet heaviness you've been brushing aside, that tiredness you can't explain, that little moment of pause when no one's watching, it matters to God more than you realize. And now, He is sending this message through love, not fear, through truth, not alarm. Type 222 if you receive His touch today. The three angels watching over you haven't left. Their purpose is sacred, and it continues. One remains near to your body, gently pressing the areas where tension hides and healing is needed. Another hovers close to your mind, helping carry the worries that you've buried too deep for words. And the third speaks your name in heaven's language, lifting you before the throne of God with mercy that flows like healing rain. You are not facing this alone. That ache in your side, that discomfort you've grown used to, that strange sensation that shows up uninvited, none of it is too small or too hidden for God. He is not only aware of what's happening inside you, He's concerned with it. He's moving in it. And He has already begun releasing healing over it. It doesn't have to make sense for it to be real. God doesn't work according to our logic. He works by love. And His love moves mountains. His love rewrites test results. His love reaches inside of you and repairs what even the best physicians cannot see. And when His angels surround you like they are now, it's not a sign of danger, it's a sign of deliverance. Maybe you've been afraid to get checked, afraid of what you might find, afraid of the answer that might come. But God never brings light into a situation to leave you feeling more afraid. He brings it so you can see clearly, so you can walk forward in peace, so you can be free. There is no fear in His presence, only comfort. There is no shame in His touch, only restoration. The quiet voice inside you saying, "Something's not right," is not something to ignore anymore. It's not just stress. It's not just exhaustion. It's your soul responding to a shift happening within you, and heaven sees it. That is why you are here. That is why God is speaking so gently but so clearly. It's not too late. There is still time. Time for healing. Time for peace. Time for God to step in where no one else can. Type 1919 to receive miracles. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to earn this healing. You just need to let go. You've been carrying this alone for too long. That anxiety that creeps in when you feel a strange pain. That dread that follows you when your body doesn't respond the way it used to. God sees all of it. And He isn't disappointed in you. He is moved with compassion. He knows what it feels like to walk in human form. He understands what you're facing. And that's why His hands are already stretched toward you. The angels standing over your body are not just observing, they are helping. They are ministering healing in places you don't even realize need it. They are fighting off spiritual attacks meant to drain your health. They are restoring divine alignment to your body. What may seem natural to others is deeply spiritual in your case, because you belong to the Lord. Your body is not ordinary, it is sacred. Even now, your healing may not come with thunder or flashes of light. It may come with the soft return of strength to your limbs, with a wave of peace you cannot explain, with rest that finally feels complete. It may come through answers, or it may come through miracles, but it will come. Because God never speaks and then forgets. He always fulfills what he begins. Do you know, inside your brain is a small region linked to wealth and success, once buried in restricted research and hidden in CIA files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people replace stress with financial ease, and God has guided you here. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brain wave now. Let yourself believe that healing is possible. Let yourself hope again. Not just for a little relief, but for full recovery. You have suffered quietly long enough. The Lord is making a way, right through the middle of this storm. You don't have to pretend to be okay anymore. You don't have to keep covering up the pain. He's asking you to bring it all to Him, raw and real, just as you are. Healing begins when you say, God, I surrender this to you. He doesn't need you to say more than that. He knows what to do. He knows how to restore you, body and soul. He knows how to send the right people, open the right doors, guide the right decisions. And His angels know exactly where to go and what to protect. Right now, things are shifting inside of you. You may not feel it instantly, but your body is already responding to His touch. Your cells are listening to His word. Your nerves, your heart, your lungs, everything is under His authority. You were never meant to carry sickness forever. You were created to carry His Spirit. And your body will come into alignment with the truth that you are being made whole again. You might not know this yet, but the very breath inside of you is sacred. Every heartbeat is known to God. Every single movement of your body is understood by the One who designed it with perfect care. You may not know how to explain the discomfort or the tension you've been carrying, but God knows exactly what's going on. You don't need the words. You just need to let Him draw near. Type yes to affirm. There's something holy happening inside of you. It might feel like stillness, but heaven is stirring. While your body has been tired, heaven has not rested. While you've been trying to make it through each day, God has been moving things into place for your healing. The angels haven't stepped back, they've stepped closer. They've been ministering to the parts of you no one else sees. The deep aches. The lingering fear. The moments when you lie awake wondering, what's really happening inside me? God sees it all. And not only does He see it, He cares enough to act. When God sends His angels to talk about your body, it means something significant. It's not for attention. It's not for show. It's because He's doing something eternal inside of you. These three angels are not bringing news of fear, they are carrying the message of protection. One is assigned to the area of your body that's crying out for help. Another is shielding you from spiritual attacks that often manifest as stress or sickness. And the third is whispering strength into your soul so you won't give up before the breakthrough arrives. You may have been trying to ignore the signs your body has been giving you. But heaven hasn't ignored them. Every signal, every ache, every strange symptom, heaven noticed. And more than noticing, heaven responded. You might feel like you're in a season of waiting, but really, you're in the middle of God's movement. You're in the moment where God leans in and says, "This is my child, and I will not let them go." There are no accidents with Him. No delays in His timing. He doesn't rush, but He's never late. If he is asking you to pause now, to pay attention, to receive this message, it's because he's making room for healing to begin. Type 555 if you believe healing is near. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You have not waited too long. Healing may not always look like a sudden miracle. It may look like your strength slowly returning. It may come in a new breath of energy that you haven't felt in months. It may be a day where you finally don't feel weighed down. However it comes, it is on the way. You may have started to doubt your own strength. You may feel like your body has become something unfamiliar. But the one who formed it hasn't changed. He still holds the blueprint of your life. He still knows how to breathe life back into what feels dry. He still knows how to wake up parts of your body that have been asleep in pain. Let yourself hope again. Even if it feels risky. Even if you've hoped before and felt disappointed. Because this time, God is doing something deeper. This time, he's not just treating the symptoms, he's healing the source. He's not just giving you comfort, he's giving you restoration. This isn't a temporary fix. This is divine transformation. Sometimes, we think healing has to be loud or dramatic to be real. But God often works in silence. He works in hidden places. He works inside your body when you're asleep, when you're still, when your hands are no longer trying to fix it all yourself. That's when he moves best, when you're finally surrendered enough to let him take over. And now, he is taking over. Every cell in your body responds to his voice. Every breath in your lungs was placed there by him. He is not distant from your condition. He is closer than your skin, nearer than your heartbeat. He is watching over you now with the tenderness of a father who can't bear to see his child in pain any longer. He will finish what he started. He will heal what the enemy tried to steal. He will lift the weight that has worn you down. You don't need to be afraid anymore. Whatever it is, whatever is causing the tension, the sickness, the fear, it is not stronger than your God. He is working through it. He is walking with you through it. And he will bring you out of it. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. There are things happening inside you that others don't know. Maybe you've hidden the discomfort for a while now, kept quiet about the strange tightness in your chest, the numbness in your hands, or the fatigue that settles in your bones like winter cold. But God knows. He has been watching over you, not with judgment, but with mercy, and today, he wants you to know something: this is not the end. This is the beginning of something new. This is the moment heaven steps in, not with fear, but with healing. Type Amen if you believe. You are not being punished. You are being protected. The three angels that God sent to stand beside you were not sent because something has gone wrong, they were sent because something is being made right. The first angel watches closely over your physical body, especially the areas that need attention, the parts that hurt, the parts you've tried to ignore. The second angel is near your emotions, steadying your thoughts when anxiety tries to take over. The third speaks your name into heaven's courts, declaring promises over your life that sickness cannot break. God isn't waiting for things to get worse. He is already moving to bring peace before the storm can grow. He's been doing it quietly, softening what was once hard, strengthening what was once weak, and reviving what you thought had died. That's the kind of God He is. He doesn't wait for us to be perfect. He doesn't wait for us to figure it out. He moves out of love, pure and holy, even when we don't realize how much we need Him. Maybe the pain has made you feel small. Maybe the endless tests and unanswered questions have made you feel helpless. But you are not forgotten. You are not alone. Even now, your name is written on the heart of God. Even now, He is whispering peace to the storm inside your body. That peace is not based on feelings. It's based on His promise. And His promises are never broken. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. It may feel like you're in the middle of something that has no name yet. Maybe the doctors aren't sure. Maybe the scans were inconclusive. Maybe your body is telling you something before the world understands what it is. But heaven understands. Heaven has already seen it. And heaven is already responding. There's no delay in God's timing when it comes to your healing. His hand is already stretched out, and His angels are already at work. Healing often begins in places we can't see. It begins in your thoughts, where hope starts to take root again. It begins in your soul, where fear slowly loses its grip. It begins when your spirit hears God's voice louder than the worry, louder than the doubt, louder than the pain. And maybe, just maybe, that healing has already begun. Maybe this message is confirmation of what your spirit already felt: something is changing. You may not know the name of the condition. You may not even know where exactly the pain is coming from. But the healer does. And He is already moving. God has never needed a diagnosis to do a miracle. He has never needed permission to step in and do what only He can do. Your body may be confused. But your Creator is not. He knows every inch of you. He made you. And He's not done with you. There's a holiness in this moment that cannot be denied. The stillness you feel now, that's not just peace. That's the presence of the Lord, drawing near to you like a soft wind on your skin. You're not imagining it. You're not overthinking. God really is here. He's really speaking. He's really healing. Let Him speak to you gently. Let Him carry the part of your heart that's grown tired of waiting. Let Him gather the pieces of you that feel scattered by pain and disappointment. He's not looking for strong words or perfect prayers. He's just looking for your yes. Your surrender. Your trust, even if it's trembling. Even the smallest faith can move the heart of God. Even a whisper of hope can shake heaven. Don't be afraid to hope again. Don't be afraid to believe that healing is real, that it's yours, that it's coming. Not because you earned it, but because He loves you. Not because you proved yourself, but because you belong to Him. The angels near you have not grown tired. They are still working. Still guarding. Still standing at your side. Even when you sleep, even when you feel weak, even when you wonder if anything is changing, they remain. And they will stay until their assignment is complete. God finishes what He begins. He doesn't leave things halfway. He doesn't walk away in the middle of the process. If He has spoken healing over your life, then healing will come. If He has surrounded you with angels, then you are protected. If He has given you this message, then it means He is not far away. He is closer than ever. There are times when your body feels like it's holding something it was never meant to carry, an invisible weight, a silent strain, a quiet fear that you never quite found the words for. But even in those unseen places, God is present. Even when the pain feels like it belongs only to you, heaven knows. And not just knows, but responds. This isn't just about illness. It's about the healing of the whole of you, body, mind, soul, and spirit. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. He has not brought you this far to let you break down now. There is strength being poured into you right now, not from the world, but from God Himself. And where human understanding may fail, divine intervention steps in. The three angels that stand near you today are not ordinary messengers. One is watching every function in your body with a knowing deeper than science. One is ministering calmness to your mind so that you can hear God's voice over the noise. The third is guarding your heart, holding you in peace while healing flows. A 7-second brain-wave ritual, once reserved for elite people and hidden in CIA files, is now public, and people call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it awakens a dormant brain center tied to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. Sometimes the scariest part of pain is not knowing what it is. Not having a name for it. Not being sure if it's something or nothing. But God doesn't need names or labels to act. He doesn't need medical definitions to move. He moves because you are His child. He heals because it's in His nature. And He's doing it now, not just because you asked, but because He loves you too much to leave you this way.